Is your lawn a hot mess? Call Purple Walrus Lawn Company. Unlike actual purple walrus sightings, a beautiful lawn is not rare with us. We're the landscapers who believe in ecologically friendly grass hugging and lawn whispering. We're not here to sell you snake oil or make you sign contracts that require a lawyer. Our pricing? Straightforward and fair. Choose Purple Walrus, and your lawn will be the talk of the neighborhood. Learn more at purplewalruslawn.com.
This is Tony from Tony's Lawn Care, and you're listening to Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
This is Steve with Sam Trucking and Excavating. You're listening to Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Attention professional decorators and lawn care companies. Ready to illuminate your profits this holiday season? Introducing LightsForChristmas.com, your premier source for commercial-grade holiday decorations. LightsForChristmas.com offers the best wholesale pricing on dazzling twinkling lights, stunning real-looking wreaths and garlands, plus outdoor Christmas trees as large as 26 feet, and our specialized wire motifs. Whether you're expanding your business or just starting in holiday lighting, our experienced staff is here to guide you every step of the way. For your holiday lighting product needs at the best wholesale pricing in the industry, visit LightsForChristmas.com today.
What's up? Aaron Walls with the Landscaper Roots. Shout out to Tony. Thanks for texting. Tony Rudolph down there in Lake Oconee. I think I said it right. Georgia. It's hot down there. I'm sure it's hot and steamy. As soon as water hits the ground down there, it starts to steam up and fog up your glasses or sunglasses. You can't wear a hat and glasses at the same time because it starts to fog up. Kind of like some of them factories I worked in. It was a nightmare during the heat. Oh my gosh, it was the heat. Oh boy, it was hot. Man. But, you know, I didn't grow up with mom and dad in the same household. Mom and dad making a bunch of money. Mom and dad saying, "Oh man, you're doing great, son. I'm gonna throw you in college or something." That's not the case. That's not the case. So at an early age, actually at 16, I walked into a factory and worked there for the summer and did a good job. And they said, "Hey, you want to work here after school?" So I actually went to school in the mornings and after school drove an hour to work, and I'd work 5 hours and then I would do that all through school. It was pretty cool. It was a good job. Made good money at my age. And I bought things I shouldn't have with it. I was raised to work hard. I was told that. I was told, "Aaron, I don't care what you're doing. Get up and you take your ass to work." So that's what I did. What I've always did. Mike, it is. It's freezing out. I walked out and went, I must be in the wrong house. I thought the air conditioning was down too low that it cooled off the outside. Not the case. It's freezing out there. It's almost like I want to wait till noon to start work. Not the case. Not for me, anyway. So, how's your week going? Have you got everything done? It hasn't rained a whole lot. What was it? Just one day? Tuesday? I did some landscaping on Tuesday, so it is a lot better to make money in the rain rather than not. So it did push me into mowing on Friday, which is not really what I want to do, but I will do. I do have a guy coming June 9th to help. Don't know him. Don't know what school he's from. He will be coming. We'll learn more from that. Free? No, I don't know. Nothing's really free. But the program he's on will be paying him. They're on his workers' comp. More will be revealed. I will have a guy with me. A guy, look. Oh, bummer. Belt just popped off the mower. That's a bummer, Corey. First yard. Well, this is what I want to say to that, Corey. I was going to bring something up. So Wayne brought up a huge, awesome point yesterday. He said we're not charging enough if we're getting tips. And I agree. Wayne's right. Now, Also, I wanted to bring up, when was the last time someone stopped inside of a problem and thanked God for this problem? And here's why. Here's why I've been talking about this shit. Okay? Now, quick disclaimer. Aaron Walls and Purple Walrus is not the business to mirror your business off of. Do not do that. This is the disclaimer. My show is for entertainment purposes only. Do not do as I do. If you are desperate, do as I do. But when's the last time you had an issue, stopped, looked around, and drank it in? Like, man, this is a problem, but I'm grateful to have this problem. My problems were way worse 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 8 years ago. You just stop and look, you just drink it in, man. You're just like, man, this is way better. Because when Wayne said that, he's like, you don't charge enough if you're getting tips. I'm like, well, dang, he's probably right. And then I thought, man, all them factories I was in fucking sucked. They sucked bad. And I was never able to crack more than $22 an hour. I never was. And I was gone all the time. So let's look at that. It may not be the best way to look at it, but remember, here's the disclaimer. Do not mirror your business off mine. Do not operate like mine. I don't even suggest thinking like me. I'm just putting out here some entertainment. If I was never able to crack $22 an hour, I'd say it had a lot to do with my attitude, not due to showing up on time. I was very good at that, doing the same job. Sometimes I'd come in with a bad attitude, and it hindered me. I was never able to further my career in any type of factory work, even though I'd done decades of it. I chased $1, but I could only get it hourly. So let's say 22 was my max. If I'm making 24 cutting grass and I'm homeless, I feel like I'm doing good. Now, if your perception is different, I'm sorry. My mind has been simpler since I stopped chasing $1 and started chasing a spiritual approach at life. Now, am I bringing the market down? I might be, not intentionally, but the judge on my life is not on my intentions, it's on my actions. People outside judge me on my actions, not my intentions. So I may not be intentionally dragging the rest of us down, but it might be happening. So even though I thought a tip was great, Wayne's been in it longer and he's like, a tip is bad. You know what I mean? You're not doing the right thing. So I have some things to look at. So I was wrong. I thought it was great. Hell, Darren said raise it. And I did, and they tipped me again. It's like, well, fuck. There's a guy over on the next street, and a guy to the left, and a guy to the right. The highest guy next to me is 35. So now I'm $25 higher. What's the market bear? I don't know. I don't know what it bears. I'm not smart enough to know that. I do know that I think I'm above $22 an hour. I do think I have more freedom now. I do think I have more peace in my life. So, Corey, I don't know what your solution is for the belt. I would say you have one. My guess is you probably have another mower, or you're handy enough to fix it, or you know where you need to go to get it fixed. What's going to happen on that journey to get it fixed? I don't know. Maybe a much needed break in the truck. Maybe some communication with somebody sitting next to you, or maybe the wife or the kid. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to bring. I don't know. I'm not that guy. All I know is the belt breaking sucks. Here's what I can tell you, Corey. Yesterday, I don't know if you're still listening or if you're working. Yesterday on the Greenworks, I have 3 lawns pretty close to each other, so I don't have to move the truck. So I mowed Sheila, Sally, Pat. I mow them first, and then I weed eat and I blow it off. So I mowed them. I got off the mower and I went, what the fuck is wrong with this? Why is and I just didn't notice it. I was in robot mode. I had a flat tire. I mowed all 3 lawns with a flat tire. So and I got to pick the kids up. So I have to have all these lawns done, and I'm on a time limit. Ashley's in Vegas. What am I going to do? So I pulled the Ferris off, and before I started to get stressed out, I just looked around, I seen the river flowing, the wind was blowing. And I stopped. I sat down on my trailer and I just took a minute. I'm like, I'm not gonna freak out. This is gonna put me an hour behind. I don't know what I'm gonna do or how I'm gonna figure it out or how I'm gonna pick the kids up on time. Because when they get off school, one's gotta be at work, and then right after that he's gotta be picked up about 2 hours. So it's thrown my whole day off. So instead of panicking, I stopped. I just drank it in. I'm like, I still have Friday to mow. I would love Friday off and Saturday and Sunday. But I like what Wayne does. They do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's pretty cool. So if I want to bring somebody on, I need to build it to where I can do that. So as somebody comes in, I want them to have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. If I want it off, I'm sure they do. So I just drank it in. I'm like, I guess I'm just going to have to work Friday if I don't get these done. So I just sat chilling, listening to the birds chirping. Not everything's that peaceful and easy either. Usually I'm fucking breaking shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, gosh damn. Not only that, so you'd think I would have noticed it on the first yard or when I was making my turns or coming near, but I just didn't. I've mowed grass a long time. But why would a new mower have a flat tire? Do I cuss the mower? No. I did a massive amount of construction on my shop and ran over a nail. I know I did. I haven't even fixed the green work. Probably won't even mow with it today. Probably won't even take it out. I'll probably just mow with the Ferris all day. And just hope nothing goes bad. Because it's possible. It's definitely possible. A bad day is possible. A bad day gets worse if I make it worse. I do know that. I do know that a situation has never gotten better with me acting out. Because I've done it. Or a customer come out right when it happens, like, what? They look at me like, oh boy. What's he want? Corey, I hope it gets better, buddy. I hope you get it fixed. I hope you get up and going. I hope you conquer the issue. But back to working in a factory. All right. What is profit? We know what the definition of profit is, all right? We know what it, at the end, that's a sack of coins in your hand, right? That's mine. I'm keeping it. This is mine. It's going in my pocket. I'm buying tickets to Michigan with it. I'm going to watch Celine Dion. Whatever. Wait, she retired, didn't she? She can't sing no more. It'd be a weird concert. All right, so we're going to watch Bob Ross paint. We're buying tickets to it. That's what profit does, right? It's ours. It's in the wallet. It's cash. Coffee can stuff. So, this is why I think I need to bring this up. Now, when I worked in the factories, even though 22 was my max, never cracked over it, never in my life. Probably still having it lawn care, but who knows? But I was good at working in hours. So a lot of times I'd work 80 hours and then the following week would be 64. And years like that. So it'd be 80 hours, 64 hours, 80 hours, 64 hours. When years go by like that, what happens? We chase a dollar. I no longer served a God, I served a dollar. And I lost a lot of my life. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that here. I didn't want that to carry over. So internally, I'm trying to pay attention to everything that makes me feel good. So Christmas lights are the fastest generating money thing that I do. All right, they make me feel good. I have to be very careful of that. What happens when something makes Aaron feel good? He chases it. And he will not stop. So I have to be very conscious of that. Mowing grass makes me feel good. I have to be very conscious of that. That's why I only do 3 days. I like the way mowing grass feels. I can't fill my whole schedule with that. I'd starve to death. I go hungry. And then I got to maximize what I do. Like the kids got to be at school at, they like to be there at 7:30, 7:45. I get back about 8, make a shake, get to the first lawn. Sometimes about 8:30. Not only that, I got to come home and let the dogs out. And I do all this because I told my wife I could. Not only that, she said, you need to make this amount. And I do it. I don't do it because I know my numbers. I do it because she said I need to bring it home. So I do it. And then when she says I need to bring more, I bring more. It's just, that's what I do. And then I've only got 3 days to do it because I've learned from Wayne. He's like, mowing grass is cool, but better do something else, homie. In the Wayner kind of way. And that's why I do Christmas and landscape lighting and all that. So I need more. Plus my window's small. Now, can Ashley leave work? She can. But she does run a credit union, I mean, if you think you wanting $1 is bad, wait till you got several thousand people wanting $1. I couldn't imagine what that's like. And not only that, she's got to manage people who take care of that. That would be tough. So, Aaron, if you want to do lawn care, you have to fucking take care of lawn care. Not only that, you got to get the kids. Now, they'll be driving on their own in about 5 months. It'll be sad that I won't have that anymore, and I could grow some more. But for the most part, my window's been kind of tight. Just the way it's been. I don't know what your situation's like. If you got a wife at home taking care of all that, stop what you're doing right now, pick up the phone, call her and say thank you. Or hug her and say thank you. Thank you for making sure I get to go out there and cram down as much money as we can get. Because it is challenging. I don't know how women do it, but they do it. I can see why they'd want 10 minutes of freedom. Now, mine are grown, but I remember what it was like having mine. Plus, I was working 80 and 64, 80, 64, and I had her all the time, so that was quite challenging. I didn't get a break. Just had to make the money. I'm not looking for hugs or anything either. Don't be trying to fucking hug me over the air. Push your face back. Hug me. But I do think if you're out there working all day and the wife has them, you might want to thank her. Because that's a lot on your plate if you have to do it. That is a fucking lot. If the roles were changed, there's a lot to manage. So, shout out to the good ones out there. I'm checking on Corey. Hope you got it going, buddy. And here we go.
Attention professional decorators and lawn care companies. Ready to illuminate your profits this holiday season? Introducing LightsForChristmas.com, your premier source for commercial-grade holiday decorations. LightsForChristmas.com offers the best wholesale pricing on dazzling twinkling lights, stunning real-looking wreaths and garlands, plus outdoor Christmas trees as large as 26 feet, and our specialized wire motifs. Whether you're expanding your business or just starting in holiday lighting, our experienced staff is here to guide you every step of the way. For your holiday lighting product needs at the best wholesale pricing in the industry, visit LightsForChristmas.com today.
Here we go. I need time to take a shot of this old hot old mud black coffee. I drink it straight black. No sugar, no creamer, nothing. Corey says he's got to reroute the belt. It was just replaced, so it shouldn't be broken. Wonder why it popped off. Now, I don't know the zone you're in because you're so far away. Are you mowing? You mow fescue, right? So if you're mowing fescue and then it pops off, did you hit something tall? Did you get a bunch of clumps and shit in there? That's happened to me before. I'm not trying to solve your problems. I'm just trying to picture what happened. Trying to wrangle tall, wet grass. It will kick a belt. I've seen it do it. Especially a dry ass belt. Or get a bunch on there built up. Clumps. No clumps. No on the clumps, or it was clumps that you hit too much clumps. Or it just pop off magically. That happens too. What really sucks is trying to manage this by yourself. Being out there being MacGyver. You know what I mean? Out there like scratching your forehead. Scouring YouTube. Magic. Dang it. I hate magic. Well, hang in there, buddy. Drink it in. Let's see. So, yeah. Got talking about the coffee and hanging out in factories and chasing things I didn't need to. But what did I have? What other option did I have? You know, or childcare. Man, childcare is expensive. So I had a kid all the time, 100% of the time, had her all the time. Then I had a house. Not only that, I bought a bike. So I don't know if you've heard of Christmas Lake Village. Me growing up less fortunate, when I finally got a job that paid the bills and it didn't require me opening the window and filling a sack full of powder and kicking it out the window. All that was gone. I'm not doing that no more. So I'm in a factory making a bunch of money. To me, I made $70,000 a year. This was back in 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, around then. In between there, 13, 14. I was there a while. So when I started getting these checks, I'm like, man, I'm moving to Christmas Lake. You know what I mean? I'm stepping up. What's weird is, all right, don't fucking judge me, but I got in a police chase. And in this one, they weren't in cop cars again. They were just in, and I thought this shit was just on the movies where they put the light on top and, they do the woo-woo. But here they are again behind me. Here I am again, running again. And here I am, getting caught again. And one of them was, his first name was Robert. I'm not going to say his last name because he may or may not be a nice guy about hearing his name on the radio. But anyway, bought a house right next to him. I'm like, gosh damn. Had no clue. I seen him outside one day and he goes, hey, what are you doing in here? So I bought this house. Not only this, I felt like, hell yeah, my house is bigger than his. That was kind of cool. But having a kid all the time, job all the time. I'm chasing money. What I'm getting at is I'm chasing things that don't mean shit, things that boost the ego. Had a large ego. He said, I'm glad you weren't a real bad guy. I thought for sure I was going to have to shoot you. Yeah. You know what? I don't pack a gun. I don't know how to use them. So I guess two lips will tell you anything, but I'm not going to be packing a gun ever. I've kind of figured, if I can't figure it out with my hands, one of us is going to win. Probably going to be you. It might be me. Who knows? But I'm willing to try. That's the way I roll. He goes, well, good. Then I just got to tase you. But anyway, that's who I lived by. And that was how I lived my life, chasing things, chasing the old sack of coins at the end of the day, the old profit. And we were part of the big company's profit, so we got a piece of the pie every time, and it was kind of cool. But I did love it. I loved it. Loved the money. I loved the flashy things until I didn't no more. And then, little by little, I started watching my daughter grow up over the phone, and that sucked. That sucked bad. I remember her taking her first steps. Somebody sent me a video, childcare. And then I got a text and said, hey, she's potty trained. From now on, when you take her home, don't put her in a diaper. And then I'd get another text, hey, she doesn't use a bottle anymore. Don't use it. And this is childcare giving me, they're like, hey, don't give her a bottle no more. And I'm just a dad. I didn't know. I'm just doing the best I can with this little guy. And then she's a girl. So I didn't, what do girls do? They play with girls' stuff. But I didn't, I just bought her whatever. You want that? All right, cool. You can have it. But I started to miss her a lot. And I'm like, man, I got to get the fuck out of here. I did. I got out of there, started making less each job I went to. And got all the way down to where I'm starving to death, to the job I had before I left mowing grass. So, to lead into this, all that, I guess now, what is profit? What is profit to you? Is it the main thing? Is it? We got to have it to survive. Is profit the main goal? Or is it just part of the journey? Is it purpose? Is it giving? Is it time? Is it giving time? Humility? Legacy? What are you doing this for? Why? I don't know. Are you giving anything away? Are you trying to stuff your coffee can and that's it? That's your main focus. Is your only focus profit? I'm saying this because that has been my whole entire fucking life. Whether it's through powder or punching a clock. So I feel like I need some. But I don't want it to be everything anymore. I've served $1. The almighty dollar has damn near killed me. My bills are paid. I don't have a payroll, so I don't know what that's like. My equipment could have all been paid off in cash, but I didn't. I have a wife that's educated and experienced in finance. She says, stop doing that. You need reoccurring debt. You have to have it in life. You'll never not have debt, which I battle that. I'm like, fuck debt. I don't want it. But I listen to her. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean I don't do some of it. So the bills are paid. I've got money after all that. I've got a $50 lawnmower payment and a $120 tractor payment. That's it. That's all the business has. I got a $1,700 insurance. That's it, excluding snow plowing and Christmas lights. Those ain't on there. We know that now. I'm searching. I'll get it. All right, I got about 5 months to secure this. So what I'm doing now is covered. But the Lord will bring me an insurance company that says, Aaron, you're covered for everything. And I'll pay it. Okay? I'll pay it. But at the end of that, what I'm trying to get to is all this stuff is paid for. I'm investing. I got extra. Now, when does Aaron become greedy? I had this conversation with my brother yesterday. He grew up the exact same way I did. He's chased $1 before. Now he's in peace where he's at. He is he's a good dude. But anyway, he spent several years helping kids after school find a program to get into, because we know what it was like to grow up and go home to. We needed some activities at school to keep us at school and out of shit. But that wasn't the case. So he built a nice program for that. And he dedicated all that stuff, all his time and efforts and everything to that. That was cool. And I'm just talking to him, I'm like, man, Nick, I think I'm getting greedy. He said, a hungry man don't eat, or a fed man won't eat. It made sense. But I could feel myself getting greedy. I want more and more. And on the outside, it probably looks like I need more. Someone else's perception is like, this dude needs to do more. But being self-aware, I'm like, man, I think I'm getting greedy. I think I'm getting greedy with my time, my extra. I have extra. Should I? I don't know. Working towards goals with my wife. Those are being met. I feel like I'm showing up on time. But I also have this thing inside me that tells me things. Sometimes it works against me, so that's why I keep spiritual advisors all the time on hand. The ego will kill me. It's insane how evolved the human brain is. So the human brain is evolved over time, right? It's gotten better and better and better. But I feel like it's the one thing that tries to take me out. I'm my biggest enemy. Why is that? I don't know if you guys are. Now look, you just tuned in, disclaimer. Do not run your business like me. If you are desperate, there are numbers to call. There are people to help. If you're struggling in life, need an ear, yeah, I'm there for you. But when it comes to running a business, I'm not the coach. You will not get a course from me. You want nothing. Full disclaimer, this show is for entertainment purposes only. I think it's important for me to talk about that there's a possibility of money being demonized. That money should be kind of neutral. It should be just part of the life that is out there. It is. I can't just not live. I can't be a monk. I'm not shitting on monks either. I'm just saying I can't be one. I live in America. I would starve to death. What do you do? Here is a question. What do you do with your profit? Does it only go to you? And you don't have to fucking text me. Just ask yourself, what am I doing with this profit? Are you giving any of it away? I'm not telling you to give it away. Don't fucking Don't text me and say, I'm not giving none of mine away. Well, don't. I don't care if you do or not. I'm just saying there's been a lot of tough spots in my life where I had decent amounts. And the more I kept, the worse my life got. The harder things got for me, the less I gave away, the less time I gave away. Things got so bad. Really, really bad. Does money satisfy you? Do you get satisfaction through money? I can answer that at times. Yeah, I do. It excites me. And I have to walk away from that. I have to immediately leave that feeling. I have to find a way out of it. Money will excite me. Does it excite you? I don't know. What do you do when it excites you? Do you lay into it? I don't know. Does money feel meaningful? When was the last time you felt proud of your income? When was the last time you felt proud of your impact? Are you prideful of all the money you're making? Are you holier than thou on that mountain? I don't think that's what that meant when Vince Gill said rest high up on that mountain. Whoops, sorry. Got him coming in. Got the emotions going here. Not meaning to step on anybody's toes. Sorry. Are you giving back? Should you give back? I guess that's the question. Should you or shouldn't you? I don't know. How do you give back? When do you give back? Do you give back because someone says you should? Or does your heart drive you to do this? Where is your heart? I don't know. Wayne brought up a good point yesterday with relationships. Get rid of the relationships and get more customers. He's right. I feel like I'm wasting time sowing into others. I probably am if it relates to my business. I don't know what the line is. I'm not smart enough to know the difference. I just know that I'm just trying to be a better person than I was because I was quite evil at times. Quite the unfriendly human, to say the least. You know, do you write a check at the end of the year and you call it good? Do you send money to a charity and call it good? Is that it? You buy somebody's groceries once a year? Pay for somebody's dinner once a year? Is that it? Is that you? I don't know. Is that good enough? That might be why you have a bunch of money. I don't know what a bunch is. What is a lot? What is a waste? I would say perception is the answer to all of this. What is your perception? What value does giving have? Is there any value in communicating with a customer who's struggling? If a customer comes out and talks about pain and you don't have to bring it up, are you humble enough to listen? I don't know. I can tell you I am not. At times, and there's not very many, I am. At times they come out. I can tell they're hurting, and I can tell I don't have time. What is my time worth? And then when I leave, I'm like, I probably should have stayed. They looked like they were in pain. And I know what pain looks like. I've been in pain. I know what pain looks like. I can tell you that. I can assure you that. And I'm not the only one. So I don't do charities. I don't. I'm not going to say I don't believe in them because there's a little bit of God and everything, but I would assume that there's probably, where there's good, there's bad. And I don't believe in the bad of the charities, so I avoid them. I don't think all the money that I send to them would go to where it's supposed to go. I think they're tax write-offs, and someone who's behind it gets part of it. Nothing's free. People who work for charities get money. They want raises. How they get raises, I don't. It's just, that's a whole nother story. I stay out of them. Do you give with no expectation in return? Them guys that this is why it's weird to me, the tall grass videos. All right, you see someone mowing tall grass. The video says, "Lady was in tears after transformation. God was here. I mowed her grass for free." I don't. Yeah, nah. I don't know. That's iffy. It's pretty. That's a spooky situation to be in. When you're getting income and hiding behind the word of God, I think that's very dangerous. It's not me judging. I'm just saying, are these the type of things you're doing? You know what I mean? Are you actually doing something for free? Or are you wanting like, you needing something from it after you do it? Or is your heart or your mind, is it already set up to act this way? You know, that's a daily act. That's hard to do. You know what I mean? People come up to me, try and talk. Sometimes I try and give my time, and then sometimes I got to pick the kids up, and it's raining or drizzling, and I'm behind, and it's like, I start saying yeah like 4 or 5 times in a row to kind of end the conversation. You know, when I you, like, yeah, 3 times, it's over. That means I feel like you should know that it's over. And when I'm doing that, and I can tell they're in pain, it eats at me. It's almost like, this is me. Like, here comes a disclaimer. Don't do what I do. Don't run your business like I do. I don't feel like, with where everything's at now, that my purpose is to keep stuff in that coffee can. I feel like my purpose is to carry a message of hope. That's what I'm supposed to do. Sometimes some shit doesn't get done, and I'll sacrifice profit. It's got to go. It gets sacrificed. Probably not wise for my business. In fact, it's probably negative. It probably puts me in the red. But I feel like, this is just me. I feel like my purpose, and I know my purpose because I can stand on it. I know I can say this with conviction that I'm supposed to carry a message of hope. That's why it eats at me when I'm leaving. I'm like, God doesn't want me stuffing the coffee can. I've got enough. People are hurting. This is where I'm supposed to be. Grocery store, same thing. Hey, what's up? I was like, gosh, damn, I'm in a hurry. I ain't got time for this. But then people had time for me. How come I don't have time for them when I was hurting? Weird, ain't it? It's weird. What's the one thing you can't ever get back? Time. You can't get more time. You can't buy it. You can't profit more time. There's no profit bank for time. The people that ain't here anymore, a closed fist can't receive. That's right. Now, I'm here on earth, right? And there's people that I love that are not here on earth anymore. I have to look deep inside and wonder why I chose profit over spending time with them. Good job, buddy. I'm glad you got that belt fixed. I'll never get that time back. What is profit worth? How many times did I spend an hour chasing profit? There's woulda, coulda, shouldas in the world, but there's a spiritual approach to life that I try and tap into now. Now I fuck it up daily, not on purpose, but I miss. I get out there, swing and miss. It happens. But would you trade that profit if you could? Would you trade that profit dollar for an hour with that person? I would. What about not all of it, but you know what I mean? You just got to think, what's profit really worth? We got to have it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we got to have it. I'm not saying profit ain't shit. It is. It's everything. Or is it? What's the purpose? Now, I'm not a fucking preacher. Don't come at me. I'm not a preacher. I don't even go to church. Couldn't tell you the first thing about church. Now, what I believe in, yes. Do I believe in God? Yes. Is there one I believe in? Yes, I do. Okay, but as far as I'm not a preacher, I just feel like I'm supposed to carry a message of hope. I try to do that. And there's others out there, they do it. They don't go to church. I think people that go to church are great. You can figure out how to find a spiritual approach at life that saves you from yourself and gets you to sow into others. Whatever denomination you get into, that's cool. I think it will help you in your business as well. So I think my lawn care isn't just about cutting grass. It's about cutting through the noise of the world and showing up where it matters. That's me. Full disclaimer, this show is for entertainment purposes only. Do not run your business like me. Don't. Don't even try. If you want to, great. But don't call me to ask to run your business like mine. Don't do that. For one, I wouldn't know how. Now I can show you how to hook some shit up, how I do it. Show you how to run some wires. But if you want somebody smart on numbers, you're going to have to get with Kyle or Wayne. They're sharp. That's out of my specialty. Let's see. What mistakes have you made purely driven by ego or money? I can tell you, I bought a house in Christmas Lake Village, a brand new truck, brand new Harley, and I bought it to look flashy. And I was able to make the bills with no problem. I could pay my entire month's bills with one check. But this was back then. And I was locked in on all these payments, and it was fine. It didn't hurt. And then I just stuffed the coffee can. I didn't buy it shit for me. I bought it for you to see. I bought it for you to look at me and think I was great. I don't do that now. I don't buy a piece of equipment and throw it on Facebook. Look at me. Look what we just purchased. Me and my wife don't buy vehicles and put it on Facebook and say, look at us. We just bought this. We don't do that. I don't need you to look at me and validate me anymore. Did. Oh, gosh. Made me sick. Let's see. Hopefully I didn't bore you to death. I just thought I'd bring this up, I guess. I hope you guys have a good Friday. I really do. I hope you have a good weekend. What are you doing this weekend? There's one more horse race left, ain't there? I think there's one. The Derby's the big one in Kentucky. I don't think anybody really follows the other one. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. I don't know if they do or not. I know they don't here in this house, but I haven't heard anybody out there on Facebook or my family or anybody like, are you watching the horse? No, not this one. I'm not watching the horses this week. What about basketball? You guys watch basketball? Finals are going. Me and my dad, of course, he did the best he could when we were growing up, but he did his time. I did my time. And to see that relationship mend is cool. Ashley's out of town. Me and my dad, we're going to go to a bike show. He's got some old bicycles that are very valuable. And the super old Schwinn's, man. These things are like thousands of dollars. And his are in tip-top shape. He had one when he was a kid. It reminds him when he's a kid. He gets into it. So tomorrow we're going to go to a bike show. We're going to look at it and hang out, eat, and just we don't dwell on the past. We just try to make today a little bit better. There's times when we struggled, and we don't, we don't struggle no more. I hope you're not. We're not struggling. I hope you have a good time this weekend. I hope you enjoy it with family. If you feel like you need to work from Monday through Sunday, if that's what you want in life, then more power to you. I've done it. It didn't turn out well. I got spiritually sick, mentally sick, physically sick, dope sick, any type of sick I got from doing that. So hopefully you have an awesome weekend. And then if you come down back around Monday, I'll be on. Eventually they'll fill my slot with somebody a little more entertaining, a little more educated in the lawn care business. And but for now, I'll keep jumping on here so you guys got something to listen to. But the value will come, guys. The value and all that, and the teachings and everything you guys want. I pray that you guys get. So Aaron Walls, Landscaper Roots. I'm out. Cut some grass. Eat some good food. Corey, bake some goods. Glad you got your mower going. Hope you catch up. Mike, Wayner, the office and Wayner's office. Have a great day.
Is your lawn a hot mess? Call Purple Walrus Lawn Company. Unlike actual Purple Walrus sightings, a beautiful lawn is not rare with us. We're the landscapers who believe in ecologically friendly grass hugging and lawn whispering. We're not here to sell you snake oil or make you sign contracts that require a lawyer. Our pricing? Straightforward and fair. Choose Purple Walrus, and your lawn will be the talk of the neighborhood. Learn more at purplewalruslawn.com.
This is Tony from Tony's Lawn Care, and you're listening to Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.